Let's go for it here. Let's see if he's any better. I don't even remember specifically what was so bad about him. He just gave up too many runs. Porter Hodge. I keep wanting to call him Parker. I need to remember it's Porter.
Not only does he have excellent speed, but it's the effort that catches your eye.
There's like a 2-year-old Insta story from Adley where he's in the car with Gunner and he's singing Bleeding Love at the top of his lungs to this day. I don't even know what that song is, but by the name of it, that probably sounds like a legendary video. Oh, Robert? Yeah, he was, in my March to October, a little underwhelming. Like, he still hit over 30 home runs. But, you know, he had like a 240-something average. On base wasn't all that high. That's just kind of the player he is, I guess. Oh, okay. Are we going to make this play? All right, I thought we were getting started out hot with a 65-mile-per-hour exit velo base hit down the line. Leona Lewis, huge hit from like the 90s, you think? Probably before you were born or while you were still in elementary school. I feel like that's one of those songs that I probably like should know, and I just don't. Which is a lot of songs, if we're being honest.
Next pitch, in for a strike. And swing and miss. That's some great arm action.
Keep Kiermaier in the lineup, never remove him. I'm going to ride it out with him until he starts falling off. Ooh, that's not what we want to see. Porter Hodge back in form. Do I think Babe Ruth and players back then would be good nowadays? No, I don't think they would. I also don't think that's a good way to compare. Like, in all sports, especially like there's always the basketball debate when it's the whole MJ versus LeBron, and it's always like, oh, if you, or what is it? What do they say? MJ was playing against plumbers and electricians, and if you put him in today's game, he'd be no good. To me, that's just not a good argument, because he's not playing in today's game. He played back in the 90s, and he dominated. You have to compare people to their era. But no, I guess to answer your question, I don't think if you put Babe Ruth in today's game, I don't even know if he'd bat over 200.
Next one's fouled back.
Did I see the throw Kiermaier? I don't know why I'm having so much trouble reading your message. I'm assuming you're asking me if I saw a throw from Kiermaier today. Which, if that is what you're asking, I didn't. Although I don't know if you're talking about my throw with Kiermaier, because I did have a pretty good throw from Kiermaier in the last episode of the March to October. So, I think that's where I'm confused. Or, Pack Attack, not March to October. You're doing a Sox franchise. Should you build a new stadium for them? I've never thought about doing that in franchise, but that sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Porter's just getting their hopes up. Someone made a TikTok edit with highlights from Gunner's 2023 season with it, and it's the best baseball edit you've ever seen.
That one fouled off, 2-2 now.
Oh, you were talking about my throw? Okay. That was a great throw.
The swing just a touch too early. Pitcher needs to adjust. Fly ball to left, down the line, giving chase.
How many of you guys in chat have ever played Fallout 4? Just out of curiosity.
That one down the line, and it goes just.
Thoughts on the Guardians' new City Connect uniforms? I can't remember what they look like. I remember the new Detroit ones. I can't remember the Cleveland ones. Let me search it up real quick.
Digs in now. Doing a good job.
Probably always a great thing for a streamer to pause the game to look at my phone. But let's see what these jerseys are looking like. I don't think they're... not just because it's Cleveland and I'm a White Sox fan. I just don't know if I'm that big of a fan. Mike, you say they're trash. I mean, I don't want to say trash. I feel like that's a bit harsh. But I don't think they're great. Kind of bland. Just the 3-letter abbreviation front and center. Not a fan. You've heard Fallout is pretty good, though. I've heard the show's good. I haven't gotten around to watching that. I just bring up Fallout 4 because I've gotten back into playing that. And, like, it takes place in Boston. And one of the most, I guess, critical locations is, like, right on the field in Fenway Park. So during that last episode of Pack Attack, when we were playing in Fenway, all I could think of was Fenway, 200 plus years in the future after nuclear war has happened. Orioles fans hate the City Connect because your record wearing them sucks. I didn't like the Orioles ones at first, and then I saw that there was like some cool patterns like under the sleeves and stuff, and it made it a little cooler, but I also don't know why they wouldn't make those patterns visible. You think the City Connects are getting worse and worse? I mean, none of them are sticking out to me from this year, so maybe you're right. Not too many City Connects you like. CLE is a big staple of the city. I mean, it even if it is, it doesn't mean it's a good design on the jersey. There we go. There's a nice little weak hit. It wouldn't be a Porter Hodge player lock without some of those. Your favorite City Connects are the Reds or the White Sox? I mean, I hate to just automatically say the White Sox are the best because I sound biased, but they're just so good. They're so clean.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You never noticed them until you're Googling just now? Are you talking about your Orioles with the little, like, design on the sleeves? Because if you are an Orioles fan, you never noticed that. That kind of is more of a criticism to whoever designed it. Like, why hide the coolest part? What is my favorite baseball story? Yours is Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's game streak. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm using the Cubs in the March to October right now, but it's got to be the Cubs winning the World Series, breaking the 108 season losing streak without a World Series. Like, I've been a White Sox fan my whole life. I spent the first half of my life hating the Cubs, and that might just be like my favorite baseball moment ever, was the Cubs winning that World Series, which is crazy to say, because like I didn't stop like hating on the Cubs until just a couple seasons before that, and then all of a sudden I found myself rooting for them. At least it's not as bad as the White Sox one. Jeff, you take that back. Can't be saying the White Sox City Connect is bad. It's inside the neck collar too. That's what I thought. And then you just can't see it. It's like, it's cool, but make it visible. Apparently the Dodgers might be getting another City Connect. Jeff, you're leaving and you won't take it back before you leave? I'll remember that. What's my least favorite baseball moment? Oh my god, that is a tough question to just pull an answer out of. I mean, it could just be like the White Sox losing to the Astros just in general. I would still consider myself in 2019 primarily a Brewers fan. So that loss in the wild card game to the Nationals That stunk. That wasn't fun. Man, I don't know. I feel like coming up with a least favorite is difficult because like anything that really hurts, really stings, you kind of try and block out. And it's not like too many of my teams have had too many like deep playoff runs for something like that to hurt.
And a big swing and a miss. Hitters chasing the slider, and now
The White Sox losing to the A's in the wild card in 2020.
runs away from the
For some reason, I don't remember being like too upset by that. I mean, obviously, I was upset that they lost. Like, it's,
after the strikeout.
but it's more the fact that I didn't quite expect them to be as good yet as they were that year. So, just making the playoffs, even in the weird format that it was that year, is kind of like, okay, this team overachieved this year, and I was just kind of more excited for the future.
And that's outside. And that's ball one.
How does it feel as a White Sox fan to know I almost had Fernando? We try and forget. But hey, at least we got James Shields out of it.
The Cubs leading by one. We're here
Saw the film of him giving up a bomb to Bartolo and was like, you know what? We need that guy.
inside. Into the outfield. Base hit.
You know, I guess it's kind of a good sign that I've kind of been mindlessly pitching with Porter Hodge here, because that means he hasn't really done much bad. Like, he's kind of cruising here.
Swing and a miss.
You weren't following baseball when Buck sent Ubaldo out, so for you it's it's Brandon Hyde pulling Bradish out on 84 last year. Yeah, I remember a lot of people were upset about that Ubaldo Jimenez, and then not using Zach Britton in his like crazy good and historic season.
Out with room to spare.
Do I use control freaks or anything? I don't. I used to have, they weren't control freaks, but they worked the same way. It was just kind of like a analog stick extender. But then I got this last year. I got the really good version of the DualSense. Spent way too much on it, but it came with like different attachments for the analog stick, so it came with ones that were longer. So I just I put those on, and that's just what I've been using for the last year or so.
Next pitch in for a strike.
When you realized the Sox had Tatis and traded him, you were so upset. We all have been there. Because, I mean, at the time, he was, what, 16 years old, so you didn't think anything of it. 84 with 2 outs in the inning. See, I don't remember that last year. I definitely remember the Jays one. I remember it was Barrios got yanked early.
And the leadoff hitter set down in the fifth.
Did I watch live Mark Burley perfect game? I do remember that one. I was at my grandparents' house. I was like 9 or 10 years old, and my dad called my grandparents and said, hey, you got to turn on the White Sox game. So we were able to see the last inning, and obviously that was the one that mattered. Yeah, that was awesome. That could be up there for favorite baseball moments for sure.
This game. And that's helped drive his success. Really putting the ball where he wants it to go. In the air to right.
We're good on that one, right? Yeah.
On the way.
Yeah, we're there. How did I come up with JK Perfect? Oh boy. So when I first made the channel, I don't even remember where I got the name. It might have just been some like random like gamer tag generator, but my very first name for this channel was Mediocre Titan. Terrible stuff. And then my favorite number's always been 10. So I was like, oh, perfect 10 kind of works. So then I changed it from Mediocre Titan to Perfect 10, and then I was like, Perfect 10 just doesn't sound good as a name, so I just added my initials to the front. I'm still like, for years now, I've still never been that big of a fan of the name, but I also can't come up with anything better, so I guess I'm JK Perfect 10 for now.
Fine work in this one. Just one strike away from a fifth shutout frame.
Putting Kikuchi in the 4th inning, terrible. It was. And I was rooting for the Jays. So, made me upset too. I remember I was watching that game live. Galarraga's blown perfect game. I don't remember seeing that happen live, but afterwards it was... Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. Okay. I mean, we're in the 6th inning, guys. We're in the 6th inning, and Porter Hodge has given up nothing. Like, we might have already secured his fast track boost here. Galarraga didn't blow it. That's true. He didn't blow it. The ump blew it. You'll never forget when Carlos Rodon threw the no-hitter. I was thinking about that when I already forget. I'm sorry. Whoever it was that asked about the worst baseball moment, because I was thinking about that because of the hit batter was how the perfect game was lost. But then I was like, he still threw a no-hitter, so I can't say that's my least favorite. If I got to make a team with any players from any time period, who would be my lineup? Oh my god. So one thing about me you gotta know is I am not a decisive person. So asking me a question like that is it's probably not good for me, because I'm either going to spend way too much time thinking about it, or I'm going to give not a great list and then regret it. Like, that's the kind of question that I'll have to sit here thinking for the next half an hour for. Pull up baseball reference pages and all that. I mean, you could say like the easy ones, like Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig. Your least favorite is probably G-Rod giving up 5 runs in the 2nd. That was in the playoffs, right? I don't know. I feel like that series with the Orioles last year, for whatever reason, was one I just didn't really pay attention to. You're really hoping you'd start Means or Kramer for Game 2, and then Means got hurt on your week off, and they didn't use Kramer until Game 3. See, I think of the current Orioles as like what the White Sox were supposed to be just a few years ago. And I don't want you guys to have the same thing happen. I don't want you guys to have all your young guys just like fizzle out, and next thing you know, your team's rebuilding again. So, for your sake, I hope you guys continue to do well. And I've always liked the Orioles too. Your least favorite moment in baseball is when the Nats blew the lead against the Cardinals in the postseason. You're going to have to remind me what year that was. Because a lot of... there's been a lot of years that I wasn't paying attention all that much to baseball, especially what was going on with other teams. Like, I feel like between 2010-ish to maybe 2015-16, I just wasn't really tuned in too much. Aaron Hicks got you a 2-run single in the bottom of the first, and after the second, it already felt over. Dude, look at Porter Hodge. Like, I feel like we are not spending enough time talking about what he's doing on the mound right now. The Porter Hodge redemption is in full effect right now. He is mowing him down, and of course I start praising him. He does something like that, blows it. But we still probably have unlocked or have gotten a boost like at this point. I don't think there's anything we can do to ruin it for him. If Adley, Gunnar, and Westberg all fizzled out, you'd actually die. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I made the connection a couple of weeks ago. I was like, man, the current Orioles are like what the White Sox were, or at least what we hope the White Sox would be. So, like, if all your guys got hurt or just started playing bad, that'd kind of be what we went through. 2020 or 2012, you think? Yeah, that I probably wasn't paying much attention at that point.
That catches the top part of the zone. That's strike one.
Watching the Cubs get rid of everybody after winning a World Series wasn't fun. Yeah, that wasn't cool too. That core of players was so easy to root for, and then they just couldn't figure it out again.
Hard pitch to lay off of at the plate. Nice job to spit on that tempting slider down and in. That misses the zone.
Like I've said it many times. It's not like I've been a big Cubs fan or anything, but even from my perspective as a White Sox fan, the fact that Chris Bryant wasn't able to be a Cub for life and, you know, be a good player, that hurts. Oh no, Hodge, don't lose it now. Not with 2 outs in the 7th. Bradish would suck, but we've already had Tommy John scare with him, and every pitcher needs it at least once, so it wouldn't be that surprising.
That's in there. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. The slider has been great for him tonight, and he's got these hitters all.
There we go. All right, finish the 7th strong. We know how the CPU works, though. This isn't going to be it. You weren't paying attention back in 2012, but you've seen the videos. And that would be one of your least favorite moments, something you weren't even, like, watching live at the time?
Number 27. That's in for a strike. Swings through that one out in front there. Incredible late.
You know, I just thought Toxic hasn't come back yet. I wonder if he tuned back in, saw I was pitching in the minors, and was like, no, I'm not doing this again.
And that's a foul ball.
You actually wanted them to trade Bryant for Arenado when that rumor started, but you still really loved him as a Cub. I mean, it sucks that he both couldn't stay healthy, and then...
Swing and a drive.
I mean, was he wasn't even bad on the Cubs yet, was he? It was more that he just couldn't stay healthy.
That's a leadoff double. The batter now, the second baseman, number 99.
We're getting the pitcher getting tired notification. Still going strong. I'm not worried, though. Winning doesn't matter down here in the minors, and we've already pitched long enough and well enough to have secured a boost. So sure, throw me until my arm falls off here. You're looking at the 2021 White Sox, and the parallels would be so obvious. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And that's in for a strike. The Storm Chasers trailing by 2.
But there's no reason to think that you know, the Orioles would fall apart. It was more just kind of like the perfect storm for the White Sox.
Fly ball out to left field.
But that's just what I'm saying is, like, I feel like most of the baseball community didn't really, what would be the word here? It's not like they really were like, oh man, the White Sox, what could have been? It was more just like, oh, the White Sox were good for a year and now they're not crazy. But like, to think of all the excitement we had with all these top level prospects, and like, we're supposed to be rooting for a good team for years. Like, we're supposed to be winning divisions and making deep postseason runs year after year, and we got one season, one full season.
Start with the fastball, then pull the string on the changeup. Gets a piece, it stays over.
Grandal is Adley, Robert Mullins, who's already struggling, Abreu, Mountcastle, Tim Gunner. See, I wasn't more thinking about the positions lining up. I was more thinking about, like, caliber of prospect. That was a horrible pitch, and he took it for strike 3. That's crazy.
Where's the emotion on the
I think people think of it as like, how did the White Sox fumble the rebuild, kind of like the Tigers. I guess that's true. I mean, there's a lot of bad luck that goes into it too. Like, the players didn't develop. They kept getting hurt. You're not going to develop when you're hurt. I don't know. It's frustrating.
grounder to the left side. Look at the
There is no way we're going to complete this game, right? With Porter Hodge. No energy left out there now. That might have been his last pitch with energy.
Just misses. Ball and no strikes. Right through there for a strike. One down.
Now he's officially out of energy. Okay. I guess he had maybe a sliver and I didn't see it. Oh, but we're making plays. We got the sliding play at third, a diving play now at first. They're rallying around Porter.
That misses the zone, and that's ball one.
Energy doesn't matter.
Two down and nobody aboard. You're in the
I mean, sometimes it feels like that.
clips the corner.
You were hoping to see the Sox play in the postseason in person.
It is breaking ball.
I mean, there was... Back in 2021, there would not have been many Sox fans thinking
Right side hard.
we'd be where we are right now. Like, you would be thinking, okay, 2024, you'd have a couple postseason runs under our belt. Maybe if we're lucky, a run to the World Series, maybe a ring. Who knows?
Look at you. This is how you
Not even close.
drew up a whole bunch of zeros on the scoreboard. A shutout start certainly bolsters the case for a call-up.
Toxic, you came back. Did you see what we're doing here? Did you see what we're in the middle of? We got another pitcher player lock. We just finished the first one, but we're gonna be calling up Porter Hodge. So we're gonna have another start to get through. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe that we got another shot with Porter Hodge and he actually came through. Like, talk about redemption. He just came back after failing the only pitcher player lock I can ever remember failing and threw a complete game shutout. How did Rengifo play? I got a base hit with him. It started a rally that won us the game and I got a 1+ to the boost. When they made the postseason in 21, you were planning to see him, but you were busy. They also played, what, 2 games at home? One night game, and then the next day they played, it was like early-ish in the day, I remember. We better see another trade pop up too here. It's been a while without a trade, and they just told me to set up our trade management. I already have it all set up. We're 5 games in front now over the Cardinals. Feels like we should be further out in front, really, but I don't know. What's the stat about Moncada, Eloy, and Robert that they played like 70 games together in 3 to 4 years? I don't even remember the exact amount. I just know that there was a point in time where if you included Grandal and probably also Abreu in that, it was like 10, maybe even less. In your White Sox franchise, you got the #1 overall pick. So you were the worst team? That's what that means, right? Or no, it doesn't. They changed the draft lottery, so I guess you don't have to be the worst team to get that. A moment before the call-up option. Yeah, I didn't even register that, but I guess he has to get one time through the rotation again for him to actually be rested up enough to pitch. So yeah, I guess we can go here. We can still see what the boost was. We can go into here. That's kind of what I expected. Up to a 70 overall, B potential. We should get a chance to call him up probably after this moment. We got to make a comeback against the Brewers. Oh man. Teen Dad, I just looked at that. It was I'm not going to go back to it. It was just, we got him up to a 70, B potential. We're not calling him up yet. They didn't give me a chance to yet, but we'll probably see that after this game. You're 50 and 112. That's rough. D to B potential. March to October almost makes you want to ignore C's. They'll still be okay without a fast track. Yeah, that's how it feels sometimes. I've seen C's up to B's, though. It's kind of weird. You'd think if D's go up to B's, then C's could go up to A's, but I feel like even the C's only go up to B's. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that. Hear me out. Trade for KB, Rizzo, Baez, and Contreras and run it back. If they gave you that much control, that would be fun to attempt. You've never seen a C potential go up to an A? Yeah, I can't remember now. I feel like I've had C potential fast tracks, and I do think they just go up to a B. Perfect plan, can't fail. I have thought it would be kind of fun, either for a video or just myself. I don't even know how I would turn it into a video, but like putting all the White Sox from like the 2021-ish time that are off the team, bringing them all back onto the team in their current state in MLB 24 and seeing what the team does. So like bad Tim Anderson, bad Abreu, bad Jake Berger, Lance Lynn. You were pissed when you found out that SDS removed Ian Anderson from the game? Why would they do that? Just like year to year, or was he in it to start this year? That was a bad take. I don't know what I thought I was seeing there. You feel like you'd only want Rizzo and Contreras at this point? Yeah, probably. Although it'd be fun to have Chris Bryant. It'd be fun to like revive his career a bit. You pretty much always end up fast tracking the worst players because of it. That's probably a better idea if you're doing like multiple seasons. But like for me, I'm only just doing this one season, so. Dude, that was barely a ball. I don't know what it is about Brandon Woodruff. I am not reading his fastball that well. He got removed because he's injured, even though he's coming back this year and he was injured all last year. Huh. And they removed him completely from the game or just off the Braves roster? Oh my God, how did I miss that? You're telling me I didn't at least foul that off? Huh. You only play one season, you still think and do everything as if you're playing multiple years? Okay. Why don't you just play multiple years then? Juan Soto's going to the Twins in your franchise? You know, I was thinking the other day too, just with the way that actually I should see who's actually warming up right now. I just kind of by default started pitching with Coulomb. But yeah, I was thinking the other day that like March to October would be the perfect game mode. I was thinking back in the days of like the PSP or the PS Vita, like if I had a handheld game system on like MLB 11 and I could play a March to October while I'm driving with the family on vacation, that would be perfect. Like that would have been the absolute perfect game mode for a handheld version of MLB The Show. They removed his pitching stance and everything? Wow. I wonder if it's something to do with like it's probably in whatever contracts go into using likeness and all that sort of stuff. Try to trade for guys with like 2+ years of control. Oh, okay. So that's what you do without playing multiple seasons. Are you the only one who just assumes that Soto is going to the Dodgers in the offseason? I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if the Yankees keep him around. I will be interested to see what kind of contract he gets. Next offering is downstairs. I don't know. Imagine if he just like, if there's just some random team that swoops in. Like the Reds or something. Just makes him some sort of crazy offer and it's like Juan Soto's going to the Reds or the Pirates. When you first started playing the show in 22, you spent the whole year trying to win one-year World Series with the Tank Orioles and failed every time. And then in 23, you did it on like your third attempt. I forget what year it was. Rengifo? Oh, look at Rengifo at third. Okay. Saving, maybe not a run there, but maybe a run later. You want him to go to a team who needs him and can build around him? I mean, I feel like people or teams just don't really... They don't really think like that, you know? Like some team who's not quite there, signing him and building around him. That would be a good idea. But I don't know, it just feels like lately these big name free agents just want to... Either they want to go to teams that are already set up for success, or only the teams that are set up for success are wanting to spend that kind of money. You heard Ohtani was contemplating the Cubs when he signed with the Dodgers. You were extra pissed. That would have been interesting. All I want is for the White Sox to, like, spend some money on a free agent. The fact that Benintendi's 5-year, $75 million contract is the most money they've ever paid to a free agent, it's sickening. Rengifo wants to play versus righties with defense that good. He wants to play in the field at all. We stuck him at DH as far as I can remember. Soto to the Rays. Could you imagine? Do I have PCA in this run through? So I was able to, I got a call up chance with him. And then when I called him up, I did succeed. So I have him and he was boosted. So I think he's a 78 last time I saw. Man, I don't know why I'm not swinging at that. That's frustrating. I always struggle against Devin Williams. This is not the best situation that he's the one I got to come back against. You really hope Soto doesn't test free agency just to extend with the Yankees like Judge. That's such a Scott Boras thing to do.
Not close with that one, and it's 2-1.
Oh, no. Gotta find a way to keep that fair. That would have been a huge swing. Oh, my. And then it's even closer to being fair. 109. Look at me turning on that up and in. And then I missed that. No way. There's no way. I definitely moved the PCI too far down. Timed it up even. Oh my god. Wisdom? Actually, you know what? Do I want Wisdom in here? He is one of our best hitters, but is he our best hitter for this situation? He's got 42 contact. We could go to Bush. We could go to PCA, although if we're going to go to PCA, we may as well go to Bush. Morel's there too. Man, if one of our lefties had a bit more contact than just 61, I'd probably actually do it. I just don't know. I don't know if that's going to make the PCI big enough to feel all that great. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Wisdom. Maybe I can pull off a miracle swing here. Oh, and I'm missing that again. That time I didn't move the PCI down far enough. You try to adjust, then you overdo it. That's the other thing, is that screwball always comes in faster than you realize. You see it, you wait back on it, next thing you know it's there, and you're late. And then I'm too early that time. Oh man, I could not get anything going there. I don't even know, did I get a hit? I don't think I got a hit in my 2 innings. Wow, they gave me 2 snowflakes for that. That's rough. That's brutal. Boras is actually just not a good agent. You don't know why players keep hiring him. I feel like this last offseason was kind of like... is kind of the point where people started waking up. All these names not signed until like the very end, and then they didn't even get the contracts they wanted. Oh, we're gonna flip negative. I didn't. Man, I didn't realize we were that low. Oh, I got something in my throat. I don't know where that came from. Am I good now? All right, here's our call up with Porter Hodge. 70 overall, B potential. Now he turned himself into a top prospect overnight in one start. But yeah, we're bringing him up. Yeah, I guess worst case scenario. Can I? Ooh, I don't know if I can replace Almonte actually. We might have to see who we can actually send down here. Opinion on Paul Skeen's first start? I mean, I only caught the highlights afterwards. He looked good. I don't know why he's not throwing more. Like, it was, 70-something pitches in the fourth inning, and they took him out. Game puts you in the game winning, and you win. Here's one momentum. Game puts you in losing, and you lose. Take -2. All right, who can we... Does any of this actually make sense? I mean, if I'm gonna be replacing Jordan Wicks anyway, I guess that's the move to make. It's just I can't mess it up with Hodge then if I do that. Oh, I'm starting to second guess this now. I kind of automatically assumed I'd be calling up Porter Hodge, but now I don't know. Because if I fail with him in the bigs, then he stays at a 70, and we lose out on probably Jordan Wicks, who would be 4 overall higher. Jordan Wicks has also been solid. He hasn't been great, but he's been solid. What I don't like about Hodge is he only has 43 clutch. I know like all his per nines are going to go up a bunch if we do get it successfully, but his clutch isn't. It's only going to go up to like a 44. And Wicks has a 76 clutch. Wait, what did I miss here? Teen Dad asks, did I play baseball growing up or any other sports? And then Kevin says my nickname was the Vacuum. Was it? I don't ever remember my nickname being the Vacuum. Was that behind my back? I remember my nickname being Wheels because I was slow. Oh, man. You guys seem to want me to do this. I just don't know if I'm feeling it. I mean, Jordan Wicks has been all right. 76 clutch, 65 hits per 9. Hodge would only get up to probably like a 61 hits per 9. His clutch would still be in the gutters. Dylan's here. What's up, Dylan? I'm trying to make a decision here. I don't know what I want to do. Porter Hodge, do I bring him up for a boost? Or do I play it safe? I can't cut the Hodge redemption short. I guess that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I can't have given him his opportunity and then take it away just like that. I guess I could get rid of Javier Assad. He hasn't been good. Yeah. That might be what I do instead. That's a better move. I know he's a higher overall, but we're going to get rid of Javier Assad, who hasn't been doing good. And then we can move Wicks to the pen. So that'd be one way of getting another lefty in the pen. I like that. I like that move. Yeah, that's what I just had that epiphany, Kevin. We need the lefties. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of Assad. Even though I feel like Assad's probably good too in real life, but or he has been good, right? I feel like I always see him doing decent. Maybe not. I don't know. But we're going to do this. Porter Hodge called up for Javier Assad. And then if we succeed with Hodge, he'll move into the starting rotation. We move Wicks to the bullpen. We get an extra bullpen lefty. I like that. How is Tyon been? We can check, because I don't know off the top of my head. What kind of a season has he had? I know most of our pitchers hadn't been doing insanely good. Tyon's cold right now. He's actually progressing a bit. 4.43 ERA. Kind of just middle of the road. I haven't gotten to use him yet, though. I don't remember using him myself ever. Assad's a top 5 ERA in baseball. Okay, I thought he was doing good. Not in this, though. He's an over 5 ERA in this baseball. All right, are we feeling it, guys? We feeling the Porter Hodge redemption completion here? Perfect game, right? We're going to throw a perfect game with Porter Hodge against the Royals. He just has no stamina in the game. He's a menace in the pen because the game is screwy. He was like 18-1 for me in the pen. But he hasn't been great in the pen in this. At least I don't think, unless he was like really bad in the rotation and he hasn't had enough time in the pen. Either way, he's gone now. There we go. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's a good start. Is that going to be another quick out? Is that 2 pitches, 2 outs? Are we on pace for a 27-pitch complete game? Oh, he didn't put it in play.
2 outs, base is empty.
Hang on. Okay, well, he waited till the next pitch to put it in play, but I just saw at the bottom of the screen, it's gone now. It just said Corey Seager increases his home run lead to 39, on pace for 65. We might have to look into that. Seeing KC reminds me, do I think KC will be this good all year? I feel like the whole AL Central, besides the White Sox, has just been like weirdly good, and I don't know. I don't know if they'll keep it up. I mean, selfishly, I hope they don't, but I guess you can't have everybody besides the Sox in the AL Central be bad. Dude, what is Porter Hodge got going on here? He's gotten 4 outs in 6 pitches and nothing but weak contact. Another thing you hate with March to October, which literally happened today, is when you have negative momentum, it sims everything before the next moment to slam as many L's as possible. But with positive momentum, it'll make you play like 3 games in a row or something. You always love when you win opening day and then it says go 2-0 to start the season and then sweep your opening series. Yeah, I mean, I guess that happened. Or maybe that's what you're talking about, which literally happened today. I thought you were saying it happened to you, but it happened to me in the White Sox March to October. I remember last year we won game 1 and said, all right, go out and win game 2. And then this year it was like, oh, you lost your first game? We'll sim the next series and a half.
Second inning here, no score.
Oh, there we go. Froze him? It took us about as many pitches to get that strikeout as it did to get all of our outs leading up to that point, but we'll take it. Off topic, but just wondering, you love The Walking Dead? I'm assuming at least that's what that means. Am I a fan? I'm not. I've never seen it. It's been on my list. I feel like I got to go back and watch it, but I just never have gotten around to it. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. That's staying in. All right, we're good. But by all means, anybody who wants to be off topic, be off topic. Even if I haven't seen The Walking Dead, go ahead and ask me about it. Sure. We don't have to just stick to baseball talk, so feel free. Perfect game, you're calling it? Oh man. If you're calling it. You were thinking of on stream when we kept losing to the Phillies, but either works. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say in my Sox one, that exact situation that you were describing is what happened. Am I going to play that new college football game? I feel like I want to give it a try. I haven't played a Madden since 21. I don't know. I feel like, especially after not being a fan of Madden for a little while, it's kind of, I don't know if scary is the right word, but I'm kind of apprehensive to pay full price for another EA football game. But it is a college game, so I feel like maybe I would wait a little bit after it came out and then check into it. Chops, you're a Supernatural guy. That's another show I haven't seen, so I guess we're 0 for 2. Am I a fan of any college teams? Not really. I'm not super into college sports. I like watching, March Madness. Never really have been too much into college football, but the idea of a college football game sounds kind of fun, so that's pretty much the extent of it. Ooh. Best team to Dynasty for NCAA, JMU or San Diego State? I heard a lot about JMU, right? Last year, that was the hot team out of nowhere. I forget what happened to them, but sure. I'll go with JMU. Why not? What a pitch there, Porter. Look at what he's got going on here. On your Guardians March to October, you had a huge positive momentum wheel, and the game literally made you play 4 times in a row versus the Twins. You won the first 3, and then, of course, after you lost it, that's when it started to sim. Sounds about right. If I do, am I going to live stream my first time playing it? I don't know. I don't know where we'll be at by then. I definitely want to, at some point in the future, expand to playing more games live. So if I do get NCAA, maybe. Dude, Porter Hodge. What has gotten into him here? He's making plays like that. And now the game is actually making you play a full 9-inning game versus the Astros to win the division. That's kind of fun, though, I feel like. Maybe not in the regular season, but I remember a couple of years ago I had to play a Game 7 from start to finish in the World Series. That was a good time. Dude just tried to bunt to break this up. I know it's early, but come on, man. Still alive. I guess it's kind of funny when I said, feel free to go off topic, and then the first things we talk about are a show I haven't seen, and then college football, which I don't know anything about and pay attention to. Oh, don't be the first hit like that. No, Bobby Witt with his speed and infield hit. Come on, man. 63 off the bat. He's probably going to steal second too, isn't he? You know what? I'm slide stepping. I don't even care. Oh, and it's a strike? Okay. Now let's just strike Salvi out. Or hang the slider. We're good, though. He didn't get enough of that. Right? Why are we still running back on this? Okay, we're good. I remember when I had to play a full wildcard game in MLB 20. I think I'm thinking of MLB 20 with the Rangers. That was what I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure it was a full 7-inning game also in the World Series. Or Did I say full 7 inning? Full 9 inning game for Game 7 of the World Series. Really curious to see how the NIL and portal will affect the team. Like if you dominate with a 70 overall, does he hit the portal next season? Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff I don't know enough about. I don't really know anything about in college football, so I could see myself getting frustrated trying to manage all that. It'd be fun if it was franchise or the actual playoffs, but the best part is if you win the division, you clinch the division and play the Twins in the wild card, and if you lose to them, you're the 6th seed and you're playing the Twins. I mean, one of them would be home field advantage and the other wouldn't, right? So there's that you're playing for. Gotta play some NHL, come join north of the border. You can ask Kevin in the chat right now. Him and I used to play some NHL, and all we would do is load in to shootout mode and just go back and forth with that, controlling the goalies and everything. Does that count as your first missed call? I think it does. You did say you're calling it. It was a crappy way to lose it, but I hate to say it. Did I ever want to go to in college, and if so, for what? Are you just asking me if I went to college? I did, and then I've done nothing with it. I knew you were going to say that, Kevin. I knew that was going to be the first thing you said after we bring up NHL. You guess that's true, but I feel like I missed something there. Guardians, tall and short porch, left field like a poor man's version of the Green Monster. Shouldn't have taken the risk. That was a big risk. Oh, about the home field advantage. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a hit too. Okay, at least it wasn't just the one infield hit. At least we got another below 70 mile per hour exit velocity as another hit. Have I ever played Dead by Daylight? Oh man, we're 0 for 3 now. I haven't. I'm pretty sure though I had a couple of friends go through a bit of a phase where they played that game, and for some reason I just never joined in. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Someone important, probably. Michael Scott and Wayne Gretzky. Okay, let's not start doing this. They're having a little bit better of an eye here. All of a sudden, we're up over 50 pitches. Got a runner on second. And, all right, let's right to him. We're good. I feel like that out, getting that out there without anything coming around to score kind of secures the boost for Hodge here. Like 5 scoreless innings from this point on. I don't know if we could give up enough runs before they take me out to ruin it. I mean, obviously, we're still pitching for like maybe a full 3+ even, but I feel like we've at least secured a 1+ and our attributes. You know, I'm starting to think, though, this might, I guess depending on what the next game is, this might be it for the stream after we finish up this one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Don't let it start now. Don't let it start now, Hodge. I know, no run support for him, man. We need the run support here. Especially if they're going to start seeing him a little bit better and better. That's another one up the middle. I mean, just because I thought we've secured our attribute boost doesn't mean we actually have to start giving up runners like this. Dude, he's... Oh, we got him. Oh, we got him. Okay. I thought he was going to get on. I thought that was going to load the bases. I mean, he still bunched the runners into scoring position, which sucks. At least we got the out, though. What did he just do? Okay, we're good. I mean, we're not good. It gives them a run, but at least it wasn't more. Look at me backing up the throw, too. I know my baseball. They'll leave me in the ninth with a 133 pitch count. Yeah, they will, won't they? I mean, that's what ruined it in our first go-around with Hodge in the last stream. Like, we brought it around to a point where he probably would have been fine, and then they sent me back out there for an extra inning with no energy.
Set for the last half of the seventh, and now the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. There's a strike.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there and have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. I'm just hoping he can get through this inning, get the bats back up.
Oh, we have the lead. I didn't even notice that. We got our run support. 2-1 lead.
And it goes just foul.
We need to win. You know, we're in the big leagues now, so we got to win the game to actually get positive momentum. That was scary.
Looking to get the tying run on base. He fouls it off.
Come on, man. Put him away. Put him away, Hodge. Haven't gone to this yet. Maybe this will get him. That was perfectly placed, but no. 7th pitch of the AB coming up.
The wind of the pitch.
Get this inside. I don't want it anywhere near the strike zone. And he's still going to foul it off. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. It's one of those at-bats. Look at where that was.
As it gets.
Do I just put him on now so I don't have to deal with this anymore? Oh, my God.
Here's the 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
This is the 11th pitch.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And the righty deals.
We're having a great time.
To the foul ball.
Oh, but I got him. That's the second time. That's the second time I've hit the zone and they didn't ring him up.
The pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
What are we witnessing? What are we witnessing right now? This is actually the longest at bat I've ever seen. 15 pitches, up and in. We're challenging him. 3-2. And of course we missed the spot, just barely. What even was that?
He tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter
Oh, they're actually taking me out though? Okay, I won't complain then. I won't complain. If a 15 pitch walk is what it took to get me taken out of the game a little bit early, I'll do that every time.
So they turn to the lefty.
As long as we win. I guess we still got to win the game. We did. Okay, we won the game. So we get the dub with Hodge too. That's definitely going to get us a boost. Maybe 2? Yeah, a 2+ outing. I'll take it, man.
Not every promotion looks this good right out of the gate, but we're really impressed with this one, and he did a fantastic job out there on the ball. Put the team
2 homers for Morel. He drove in all 3. That's a game.
all the way around.
You're right. Superior is a big word for just 2. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right, let's see what this next game is looking like. We flip it back positive, but we're not gonna. That's not gonna contribute to any wins. So we probably want a quicker turnaround. We're winning games. Actually, that wasn't bad, and we do have a trade. We have what should be one final trade. I didn't pay attention to what day it was, but yeah, this is probably it. So we have Colby Allard This is a name I haven't seen in a little while, I feel like. 26 years old, 78 overall, C potential. He's going down, though. That's not a good sign. And we did just get Porter Hodge. So now, yeah, now we've got all 76s or above. So that's not the best trade. You know what? I'll move myself up there. See what we're offering here. Imagine if we... Oh, I didn't mean to do... Oh, wait, hey, hang on. Okay, we'll get back to that in a second. Oh, my God. I didn't mean to do that yet. But I was just going to say, imagine if this was the guy we fast-tracked instead. That would have been way better. Now let's talk about who I just saw the Brewers are offering. What is this? What are we seeing here in front of our faces? Devin Williams is being offered in division for like nothing? For 3 C potentials? I guess that's not nothing. These are all pretty solid players, it looks like. But C potentials. I mean, this has to be the move. I guess he's not pitching as well as he has pitched with a 3.11 ERA, but he's still pitching pretty good. Don't even look at the Red Sox trade. I have to look at the Red Sox trade. Who are they offering? Kenley. That's not as good. Even if it takes a little bit less, that is not as good as Devin Williams, even though I have enjoyed using Kenley against the CPU in the past. But no, this has to be the trade we made. I mean, I would have loved a lefty, but if we're being offered somebody like this, how much can I really complain? So yeah. 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 I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with our bullpen. Like, who's going to get the boot? It'll probably, well, I was going to say it'll probably be Almonte, but I think, yeah, he's a guy with all his options used up. So, are we going to lose Porter Hodge right after we got him? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not going to decline this trade. So, Devin Williams is coming to the north side here. He's coming to the Chicago Cubs. I shouldn't be shocked by this, especially when we were able to trade for the cover athlete of the game in the White Sox March to October. It kind of blows my mind that a division rival would make this trade. But here we go. We got him. We also won another game. And here's our draft class. And, I mean, who was it? Who is it that said during the draft that Greg Menard is the next superstar? I mean, we're not going to get to see it because I'm not playing past this season, but he's a 90 potential 18-year-old with 63 overall right now in that contact. That was you, Chops? Game saw me try and hit him and felt bad for me. I mean, really. That's like the exact opposite. When I traded for Sean Armstrong earlier, I destroyed him. And then they offered me to him. It's like they saw what I did against him and they're like, okay, we should just put him on your team. This one was the opposite. Menard had a higher potential than Pena, who had 82 base potential. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it works. I feel like it can just end up wherever within that range. Ooh, and this dude's not even good. He's only a 48 overall to start. Dude, this Greg Menard pick would be so exciting if we were actually like playing further into this one. I'm always curious though to look around the league. Did we get any generational picks? Brewers had a pretty good draft. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So I'm trying not to let myself get carried away here. I just want to see if there's any generational level prospects, which usually means 18 years old, 99 potential, and a high starting overall. This dude's good. For the White Sox, 89 potential, 69 to start. This dude way down there, 92 potential. Not bad. This dude's good. For Cleveland. I don't know. I don't know. We're getting close to the end here. No generational level prospects yet. And yeah, that's it. All right. Gann seems like a solid B potential who'd be pro ready for year 2 if we went there. Oh, this dude? His hits per nine's a little low. 30 wouldn't be all that fun to work with, but maybe with a fast track. I think this dude looks like he has some promise though. Actually, maybe not. I didn't realize he was a starter. I don't know why. Yeah, 61 over or 61 stamina, 22 hits per 9, 3-pitch mix. Never mind. I would not want him. All right, let's see what our next moment is, and if it's not just a real quick one, we'll probably go ahead and call things for the day. And it's a full 3 innings in the 7th inning. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out today. I know it had been a while. I was excited to stream, and you guys showed up for me, so thanks.